Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss, continuing Yofi's route. And I don't remember where the hell we were doing and where we were or anything like that because it's been like 3 or 4 days since I recorded the last part. So, anyway, obviously we're in our apartment. I think he walked us home from work. No, was this after he thought people were stalking us? Yeah, actually, it might have been. We were like, I think someone's following us. And then he's like, I'll walk you home from now on. Despite the fact that he's kind of jealous because he saw us with Minato. And before that, he saw us with Saotome and like, whatever. I don't know why we're composing ourselves, but like, whatever. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my washing machine. I did just throw clothes in. So, after waiting for me to compose myself, Yofi spoke again, carefully and slowly. Point is, I don't want to get wrapped up with other people, but you're different. When you found out who I was, I thought it was going to be a real pain, but spending time with you, isn't bad. How sweet. Or maybe it's better to say, I like it. That is much better. As Yofi confided in me, his downturned gaze met mine. His soft cheeks were tinted pink. No, they are neon fucking red. It sounded like he was saying he had feelings for me, and I felt my face flush too. I wanted to reciprocate his feelings, so I told Yofi I also liked spending time with him. My heart pattered as I spoke. Thanks. Hearing my response, he gave me a big, happy smile. After some time had passed, Yofi got up from the couch. Well, it's probably time for me to head back. What's this? Yofi picked up a coupon for a theme park that I had left on a nearby shelf. Oh, didn't we also get a call from Kobase? And then he was like, that guy, is he hot? Like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, God, you're surrounded by so many men. You're like, there's also Oe. And he's like, well, that's a relief. And you're like, but I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, poor insecure boy. Coupon for theme park. Oh, we're going? Thinking back, it was one of those coupons I got for spending money at the mall. Do you have plans to go with someone? I'd been so busy with work recently that I'd completely forgotten about the tickets. I certainly hadn't invited anyone. The bottom of the ticket said the coupon expired this Saturday. You like this kind of place? What are you doing on Saturday? He's like, are you going with anyone? And you're like, yeah. And he's like, oh. And you're like, I mean, as long as you say you'll go with me. We're so suave and cheesy. I think we should ask him what he's doing on Saturday. No, it's you like this kind of place. Okay. All right. I don't know how to woo him. Okay. Like, I never expected I would be able to woo him. He's not my type of character. You know what I mean? Like, he's got the adorable baby face. I mean, the snarky attitude I'm down for. You know what I mean? And sometimes the little, like, shy, awkward ones, you're like, it's kind of cute. Don't get me wrong. He's not my character, you know? Like, but I will say he's still a hell of a lot more thrilling than what I'm still suspecting was his brother. Okay? There was no drama in this route aside from him being a little jealous. So they kind of, like, didn't give him much of anything. You know? There wasn't like, oh, we gotta have this huge drama point or whatever. Everybody else has had so much fucking drama. And Yofi's like, I never leave my fucking house. And I'm a little mad you talk to other dudes. Okay, so you're basic as fuck with the drama. Alright. Still more interesting route. Still rather come here and play this than Yoshioka's route. Just saying. Because, like, Yoshioka's drama was great. The drama's great, don't get me wrong. And his spice was there. But he still left a negative impression. And I mean, like, less than nothing, not, oh, a bad impression. I mean, like, I just forgot he existed. Like, you should be so much better. And Yofi is not my character at all. not gonna rank on the man harem list. Except for I'm gonna be like, but your route was still like, when I'm coming into play, it's like, oh, okay, cool, we're recording this one, sure. Not, I'm not disappointed I have to record this. It's like, oh, okay, so far his route's been fine. Yeah, I don't mind. Whatever. You know? But Yoshioka felt like a slog. I will never get over how fucking bizarre this is. And again, not because I'm like, oh my god, Yofi's stolen my heart. Like, no, he's adorable and shit. He's not gonna steal my heart. No. He's gonna be like every other babyface character where I'm like, you're adorable, but like, I don't like you like that, but like, your route was fine. Cool. We had fun. But I just find it weird that they half-assed his route, kinda. I mean, to be fair, there's really not much you can do with drama. The man doesn't leave his house, so like, how are you gonna dramify that? You know what I mean? That's why I'm sure it's like, his route's just gonna be shorter and like, whatever, and he's good enough. You know? So I'm not like, mad about it. But you have to point out that it's a little odd that you got less chapters than everybody else, and your route's in a way basic as fuck compared to the drama that everybody else had. You literally have nothing. You're just like, here, we're chill. This is like the, hey, we're just playing like a casual kind of fluffy game where like we go to work, we meet a guy, and we have some fun, and there might be a little bit of a misunderstanding, but like, nothing really happens. There's not really any drama, you know. Oh, he's a little jealous of the guy he saw you talking with, but then it's over in like 2 seconds, and like it's never brought up again. And you're like, oh, okay, whatevs. It's like a chill, cozy kind of route. Compared to the, what is this? K-pop, the K-drama shenanigans. You're like, what is happening here? I can't believe we spent all season on this. You know what I mean? Where it's like, soap opera levels, you know? So it's just really weird in this game. If you think about it. But I'm not begrudging it, because, like, we need a little chill. So this is fine. There's nothing special about him. Because he's just kind of there. But I think his character's fine. And again, still overall, would rather come in here and record his route, because I have no problems with it. It's like, okay, he's not my favorite, and the route's not going to be my favorite, but, like, it's fine. It is what it is, and we're having fun. Like, it's okay. Yeah. So alright. Yeah. Then Yoshioka's route where I was like, gotta do that one. And I just feel like Yoshioka deserved better, but they made him so boring. How did they make a man with that much drama, that had those CGs that were that good, be that and had spice where you were like, sir, you're getting saucy with me and I like it. And then 2 seconds later, you're like, why are you boring as fuck and I feel like I'm gonna die of boredom? Like, how did they do that? Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, so, oh yeah. I was like, theme park. I'm not really a fan of crowds. Valid. So I guess we're not going with him then. But I've never actually been to a theme park before. Oh, sweetie. I'm not a fan of crowds either, but my shoulders drooped. It was stupid of me to ask in the first place. Do you want to go together? I had to be honest. I gave him a big nod. As long as we don't have to ride on any of the roller coasters, I'm in. What's the point of going? God. Listen. There are some things that Final Destination movies have taught us. One, don't ever drive on the highway because you're gonna die. Okay? Even if it's not a log truck, it's gonna be a truck. You're gonna die on the highway, okay? No, I think we've all got trauma from that. Don't get on a plane because it's gonna explode. Trauma from that. Reverse that order because one was the first one. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry? Oh my god, we're all gonna die on a roller coaster. I don't give a fuck. At least we're going out having fun. Whatevs. That did not scare me off roller coasters. Fuck you. You tried, but you failed. Pretty sure there was an episode of CSI where, like, a roller coaster went flying off its tracks, crashed into cars, and killed people, and I was like, that's how I want to go. Like, if I'm gonna go out, like, at least we're like, woo, we're gonna die, but, like, whatever! Like, you know what I mean? You know, like, whatever. Like, that did not scare me about fucking roller coasters. But, like, planes? Bridges? I mean, bridges, you didn't have to watch the fifth one to be scared of fucking bridges. There was a fourth one, but, like, nobody remembers that one. That one was stupid. The fifth one had a really nice, like, little twist thing at the end where you were like, oh, look at you. I see what you did there, you son of a bitch. And it was actually not bad. The first one's still the best because that was the one I watched when I was younger. Like, I also remembered, I swear to God, do I have the DVD, the actual DVD somewhere? Because it had, on the options, there was like a little death game where you could go and you could did something, I don't know if you just clicked something, whatever, and it would just bring up a thing and it would tell you your date of death. Like, it would be like your death predictor, and I'm like, I wonder though, because that came out in the early 2000s, how many of those are like, I'm like, man, I wish I'd written that down so you could be like, it said I was going to die in 2020. What did it know? You know what I mean? Because like, you're playing that, you're like, oh my God, I've only got 20 years left. And 20 years later, you're like, it's been 84 years. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? You know? That movie, did it really come out in the early 2000s or was it like the 2010s? At any rate, holy fuck. Oh, I'm gonna go lie down. I'm old. But, you know. But seriously, log trucks? Oh, absolutely traumatized. Planes? Still no. I don't like planes, and I feel like maybe that's the reason. Highway? It's not just from that movie. It's also the time a boat almost fucking flipped over on me on a highway. So, like, right there, I'm like, you know, that is also not helping. You know? But see, that movie taught us, like, don't drive on the highway because you're gonna die. Right? But, like, roller coasters? Fuck that shit. We going on roller coasters, motherfucker. You can't stop me. You can't stop me because I'm gonna pretend it never happened. You can't scare me, Final Destination 3. They were terrible. The acting was just the worst. What were you doing? The roller coaster scene's the only good one worth watching on that one. Anyway, I did just watch them all recently because, like, I was watching some because, like, the new one's coming out, but it was before that, but people must have known. Because, like, I watched a video about the third one, and I was like, this makes me want to, like, watch them all again. Especially because I don't think I'd ever seen the fourth and the fifth one. The fourth one was, like, if you thought the third one was stupid, the fourth one was just the dumbest fucking thing ever. It was just so bad. I don't think I paid attention through most of it. But the fifth one did it better. Like, it went better. Like, the bridge thing, and then the way they, like, just their little twisty thing at the end was like, that's smart. That's smart. I see what you did there. Good job. That was good. That was good of them. But anyway. But we're gonna ride roller coasters, you son of a bitch. You don't go to a theme park and not ride a roller coaster. Okay, oh, wait. Okay, wait. I will skip the roller coasters as long as riding the teacups is still part of, like, we're still riding the teacups, right? Then okay. As long as we can ride the teacups, fine. But we will not forego the motherfucking teacups. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yuffie held out his pinky finger to me. Pinky promise. I held out my own pinky and we linked our fingers together. Pinky promise. If I lie, cross my heart and hope to die. Oh, well, now we're definitely in a Final Destination movie. You should not have said that. It's a promise. If there was a bad ending, we'd die on that roller coaster because we lied and made him go on one. Never thought your Otome game and Final Destination would be in a crossover, huh? I mean, we have some that are seriously, like, death-coded, so, like, I mean, not surprising. I was so happy to be going with him. I couldn't stop smiling. You never thought this one would cross over with the Final Destination movie. Yeah, I got it. You're excited to go. I bet you're the type who can't sleep the night before a trip, huh? You're blushing. You're so easy to read. I ended up keeping Yofi there a while longer, even though he was trying to leave. Lock the door. When I finally walked him to the first floor, Yofi's voice became serious. I'll pick you up from work again tomorrow. And don't go home alone, okay? When he saw me nod, Yofi smiled back at me with satisfaction. Later, Spacey. When he used my first name, I blushed so hard I thought I might explode. Reluctant to part with him, I watched as his back got smaller and smaller, slowly fading into the darkness, and I just stood there on the empty street and then got kidnapped. No, girl, go in the house! We're not gonna get kidnapped. We gotta go on our roller coaster ride with him? Okay, well, we gotta take him to the theme park and then have our first kiss. And so, for the next few days, I continued to walk home with Yofi. Tomorrow would be our planned trip to the theme park. I am surprised. Okay. The way he so abruptly, like, grabbed us and yanked us away, and Minato was like, who the fuck? Like, what the hell? I guess it's because it was Minato, right? He was like, never mind, whatever. Doesn't want to ask, doesn't want to know, because we know what he's doing on the sidelines over here, okay? He does not try to make friends. But, like, it is really odd that it wasn't like, who the fuck was that dude who just, like, dragged you away yesterday? Who the next day at work, you know? But again, I'm guessing that's why they had it be Minato and not Saotome or anybody else, because anybody else would have asked him, like, yo, who's your boyfriend? And Minato's like, don't care. Don't want to get involved. People keep talking to me and I don't know why. I'm just trying to take this fucking company down. You know what I mean? He's over there doing secret shit. I was daydreaming about it, bubbling with excitement when Oe came over to me. What's got you so smiley? I gave an embarrassed laugh and shook myself back to the present. Alright, keep your secrets then. So, we'll meet tomorrow in front of the station at 1 p.m., okay? I looked at her blankly for a moment, and Oe's eyes widened in response. Don't tell me you forgot! It's Sasaki's farewell party tomorrow! My memory rushed back to me at the mention of Sasaki. Who's Sasaki? Tomorrow was Sasaki's farewell party. Sasaki had been a huge help to me since my days in the design department. Okay, I guess it's a random... Did they ever mention that? Because I feel like they didn't. She was moving to another firm, and we were having a big send-off party for her. On a Saturday? Don't waste my time with a send-off party. Do it in the middle of a work day on a Friday. Spacey, you said you'd help me pick out the flowers and presents. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I had completely forgotten about the party when I made plans with Yofi. I opened Ring right away to explain the situation and apologized profusely. A simple apology was too short. I decided to send something else as well. Let's pick another day to go. I really wanted to go. I'll be more careful. I'm only going since... I wouldn't say I'm only going since I have to. Because it's not like, it's somebody I don't really care about. Sasaki means something to you, and it's like, it's not because I have to. You want to go to this, it's just you forgot. So I feel like, let's pick another day to go, or I really wanted to. Although, to be fair, I'll be more careful with remembering things is something that Yofi would berate us for. So I could also see that being the right answer because he's always like, God, pay attention to shit. And how he's berated us in the very beginning of the route. So I feel like that's probably going to be the right one, despite the fact that I really wanted to go, or let's pick another day to go. To show... To me, I would prefer let's pick another day to go. Let's pick another day. I really want to go with you, so let's pick another day that we can go. Not just like, I really wanted to, but I can't. That's what you say, or people say to you when they really don't want to go, and they're just bullshitting you. You know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to. Oh, it's too bad. But they don't make plans like, we really should pick another day to go. Even if you never make those plans, them saying, like, we really should pick another day to go... at least is like, okay, they want to go. We may never find another time to go, but I believe they want to go. Because you don't say that if then the person is like, oh, how about next Saturday? And they're like, well, you know what I mean? You're just like, oh, I really wanted to go. But you don't leave the door open. You know what I mean? So, I like, let's pick another day to go, but my fucking bet is it's probably, I'll be more careful. Because that's such a stupid fucking answer, but most of his answers have been kind of stupid. Oh, create a save file 1 here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the right answer is, supposedly. For the balanced. Yeah, I'll be more careful. I told you it was going to be the stupid answer! It makes sense with everything else, but, like, it's so dumb. Managing your schedule properly was just part of being an adult. But also being a human being is forgetting shit. Also being part of an adult, because the older you get, the more you forget. Thankfully, the conflict was only a private one. Had it been work-related, that would have been a real problem. I told Yofi I'd try to be more careful from now on. My apology was read immediately, and I received a reply shortly after. Got it. No worries, no big deal. I clutched my phone to my chest and sighed, relieved he didn't seem upset. I closed my phone and went back to work, determined to make it up to him soon. We could go the next weekend, even though we won't have tickets. Or are we going to go to him and he's going to be like, I said it was no big deal, but I'm crushed and devastated. Before I knew it, it was Saturday. Since my plans with Spacey got canceled, I had nothing to do but lay around the house. Those are the best Saturdays. Working for a company sure sounds tough. I mean, a farewell party isn't going to help the company's bottom line. It's outside of work hours and you don't get paid. Yep, he's like... He's such an introvert. You're like, do I have to? It sounds like something I gotta do on my own time. That's what I mean. Like, don't have a goodbye party for me on a fucking Saturday and make me waste my Saturday. Like, do it during working hours so I can waste my work time. Especially because I'm leaving. Wasted my time at home. If it had been me, I would have just said to hell with it and gone to the theme park. Kind of wanted to. But Spacey is... She's probably attending because she wants to properly send off a colleague who's done so much for her. See, okay, at least he gets it. And then something occurred to me. I bet there's going to be some guy there who gets drunk and tries to hit on her. I shook my head in an attempt to get rid of the bad thoughts creeping in. He's going to go, like, stalk outside of wherever we are, isn't he? It's still light out. I should go for a walk to clear my head. He's going to see fucking Sao Tome there. Hot. The sun was still out and it was still warm. I'd only been out of my apartment for 5 minutes before I regretted my decision. Literally anytime you walk outside for about 8 months in the South. Well, I'm already out of the house. Might as well get an ice cream or something. Just as I was about to cross the intersection, I looked up to see... Huh. From across the crosswalk, I spotted Spacey. Guess that means she's going to that farewell party around here. I tried calling out to her, but she didn't notice me. And then she turned into an alley. Are we going to Evergreen? What's she doing going into a back alley like that? Why would you have a farewell party there? Yeah, Evergreen. Led by curiosity, I followed her until she stopped in front of a bar-like restaurant. And then came... Roku? Oh! Oh, are we gonna get some reveal finally? The two exchanged smiles and walked in side by side. Did Sasaki work at... No, because Sasaki worked, if we said in our time in the design department. Well, I was wondering if Sasaki was somebody that worked for, Tempesty. Because this is still technically in the route of, so this is the drama, he's jealous of his brother. Still going with that. Again, because he calls, like, anyway. We technically had to go down Yoshioka's beginning route, work with Tempesty in order to start dating Yofi. So we're technically working with Tempesty. So it would make sense if Sasaki was a Tempesty employee, you know, whatever. But then Oe knows her too. But then why is Yoshioka here? You know? I mean, I'm guessing because we've worked so close with Tempesty that it's possible we work with Sasaki, Oe knows her, blah, blah, blah. She either works for Tempesty or he, I don't know if Sasaki's a man or a woman. But anyway, they either work for Tempesty and we've worked with them because of, like, whatever. But we said our time in the design department. So it sounds like it's somebody that works for Astario and then, like, maybe they've worked with Tempesty before and that's why Yoshioka's here to explain why he's here and, oh, hey, like, because we know him because we're working with him because we're working with Tempesty, and Yofi would see us and be jealous. So oh, you were jealous of the other boys. Now you're even more jealous. Oh, this is going to be fun. He thinks we're in here on a date. Welcome. Hey, Hotness. As I entered the bar, the owner greeted me with a smile. He's going to greet me with a hell of a lot more than that one of these days. Listen. The age gap is going to be a problem, but this man's fine, and, like, that vest is selling it. Plus, the arm garters, hot. Like, all you have to do is slap glasses on this man, and, like, 120%. But that's why we got Kabase, okay? I turned my attention to Yoshioka, who entered after me. Welcome to both of you. Yeah, we just bumped into each other in front of the bar. Is that so? It's very hot today. Here's some water for you both. Oh, thank you very much. I could use a glass. We decided to sit at the counter to catch our breath. Just then, Oe rushed over to me. I'm so sorry you had to get the flowers and present yourself. Did everything go okay? Oe had arrived before me to check on the food and arrangements and had tasked me with picking up the flowers. Oh, I'm glad it went so well. When I reassured Oe that everything was fine, she smiled back at me, looking relieved. Thanks for coming, Yoshioka. Well, thank you for having me. I've only been working with you all for a short time, but Sasaki has been such a huge help to me. Okay, so that explains it now. I came a bit early to see if there was anything I could do to help. Please do let me know if I could do anything for you. After that, Saotome, Minato, and Director Kobase entered. And the thing is I bet Yofi saw us go in and then just turned and walked away instead of standing here like, I'm going to suss out the bar, and then watching everybody we know from work walk in, and then he'd be like, oh, well then why the fuck is my... But he would know that we are working with Tempesty. You know what I mean? I mean... If he just saw us walking in with his brother, he's like, God damn it! My princely, wonderful brother. You mean your beige and boring brother? Sure. But, like, and then he walks away. But if he was seeing everybody else that we work with go in, he'd be like, oh, he must have just been invited along. He must be working with them too. You know what I mean? But you know he stormed off, so. Sup, everyone? Evening. How are the preparations coming along? Oe's eyes lit up at as the three of them entered. Perfect timing! Let's start by getting the tables ready, everyone! With that, we began preparing for the evening's events. On my way home after the party, just as I entered the alley, I heard footsteps from behind me. Since I started walking home with Yofi, I'd stopped hearing things and feeling like I was being followed. I feel like Yofi was the one following you the whole fucking time. I figured either the stalker had given up, or more likely, the whole thing had been my imagination. Or it was Yofi following you like a little weirdo, because I'm just saying. But now I noticed that as I picked up my pace, the soft clatter of footsteps behind me did the same. This time I feel like it is Yofi for sure. I tried to stay calm and took out my phone to call Yofi. What's wrong? Or maybe it's not him, because we're calling him. Yofi's voice was cool and composed, but my hand shook as I told him I was being followed again. Oh, hey, what were you really up to today? I was so stunned by both his question and lack of urgency that I stumbled a bit. I'll ask you again, what were you really doing today? I attended Sasaki's farewell party like I told him before. I desperately tried to explain this to him, but I'm like, we had our farewell party at a bar. You're lying. Yofi's voice was cold and harsh. I thought you of all people wouldn't lie to me. My heart pounded, panic rising in my throat from the words coming through the phone and the footsteps behind me. Worse, the footsteps seemed to be getting closer and closer. Terrified, I ran as fast as I could. I threw one foot in front of the other at full speed, but then I dropped my phone. I rushed back to pick it up, and just as I was about to start running again, I felt someone pull my wrist, and I let out a short scream. Gotcha. I told you it was Yofi following us. I didn't understand. I heard the voice from behind me, and my phone simultaneously. I fearfully turned around. Yofi was staring at me, a blank expression on his face. Like, him kind of following us in the very beginning is like a little weird, but also it could have been like he's just making sure, like he's like I'm just following you because like I'm an introvert and a weirdo. Okay, fine, it's a little creepy, but also like I'm making sure that you're getting home safe. Still a creepy way to do it, but fine. But this is fucking douchey because you think I lied to you and you're wrong. Like, let's be real, she's gonna forgive him. But in a situation like this, if somebody you were really interested in accused you of lying and then tried to scare the bejesus out of you like this, chasing you and then, got you because you lied to me, and then he finds out he's wrong and is like, oh, whoops, okay, I'm sorry, I overreacted. You'd be like, yeah, Anyway, bye. I'll talk to you at work, but we ain't friends anymore. You would not put up with this shit because this ain't going to be the last of it. This is insane behavior. But we're going to let it slide because it's an Otome game, and, you know, even when they start out being a little psychotic and weird, we deal with it because, A, we either like it or they get over it. But in reality, you know he wouldn't get over this shit. Anytime we blinked at the wrong time, he'd be like, you're lying, and then he'd fucking try to stalk us or pretend he was a, like, burglar and break in the house and, like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? This is... Sir, learn to handle shit. Don't go running off again. You're faster than you look in those heels. I'm glad you dropped your phone. Let me catch up with you. How's the screen? No cracks? He kept my wrist firmly in his grip. He sounded aloof, like he was somewhere else, which only made me more nervous. My palms were sweating. It's one thing if he was like, I was trying to catch up to you, but like he could have just told you. So it's still a little creepy and fucked up. Like he's acting like I was trying to catch up to you so I could walk you home. But no, you could have called out to us or sent something on the phone. You were purposely trying to scare me. Was the person who had been following me this whole time Yofi? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's been me that's been following you home. Again, not surprising. Still creepy. But who cares, right? If it's me, there's nothing to be scared of. I don't know. You're acting a little fucking weird right now. I was just keeping an eye on you to make sure some other guy didn't mess with you, Spacey. It's good news. You don't have a stalker after all. I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. Yofi smiled without the slightest hint of regret or shame for what he did. To be fair, he is an introvert who doesn't know how to people, so I don't think he comprehends that this is creepy and weird. But, like, okay. It's still creepy and weird, and it doesn't excuse him for it, but I just don't think he understands it. I couldn't make sense of it. What's up? You don't sound like your usual self. You really have no sense of danger. That guy could be the stalker for all you know. Yeah, he's a little possessive and creepy and weird. To be fair though, definitely possessive and jealous, but in such a very tame way that I don't want to say it's a letdown, because like usually when they're jealous stalkers and possessive and shit, they're psychotic and you're like, this man is a dumpster fire, but you love it. You're like, I love the dumpster fires. Burn, baby, burn. Woo, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? And you were like, you're just like a little, you got a little smoke going over here and maybe there's a spark, but you're not really on fire yet. So it's a little disappointing. But at the same time, like I don't mind it either. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you're like a baby dumpster. You haven't caught on fire yet, but you might. There's some smoke there. So it's questionable, but like, okay. You little creepy weirdo. Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know. Like, you could have done the dumpster fire better. Let's be real. But it's not like, oh, this is just really lame. It's not like that at all. You're just like, okay, all right, sure, okay, sure. All right. Nothing really super exciting coming out of it, but nothing like disappointing either, you know? But I mean, he's here and he's a weirdo. That's it. That's it. It's fine. And when I say it's fine, I don't mean like, it's fine, I guess. It's like, no, it's fine. It's okay. We're still enjoying it. You're making him a little bonkers. I get it. He had known the whole time. All those moments of concern were just an act. Which, okay, I mean, now he's getting a little crazier. I asked him if he enjoyed seeing me frightened. That's not the point. His sharp nails dug into my wrist. The point is, you lied to me. Where were you today? I told him again, I really wasn't lying. I tried to swallow my fear and explain where we held the farewell party, but... You're still lying. Yofi growled at me, unwilling to listen to anything I said. It'd be really great if Yoshioka showed up and was like, the fuck are you doing? And then you find out that they know each other and you're like, you know him? Like, I saw you and Roku walk into a bar in a back alley. So why'd you do that? What were you really doing? Explain yourself. Don't play dumb with me. I know you lied. Nothing was making sense to me, and the name I didn't recognize left me utterly dumbstruck. Roku? You're like, who's Roku? But Yofi wouldn't listen to me, still repeating the same assertion over and over. Why? Why? I believed you, Spacey. I didn't think you were like the others. There was no trace of the Yofi I knew. He mumbled to himself now, staring blankly at the ground. Hey, you promised you wouldn't lie to me, right? Suddenly his gaze shot up to me and his shoulders squared like a puppet on strings. Huh. You don't remember? Cross your heart and all that? Pinky promise. If I lie, cross my heart and hope to die. It's a promise. The promise was about not riding roller coasters, but regardless, I wasn't lying to him now. If only he'd believe me. Yeah, and like while he's angry and in this state, you can't convince him. And you're like, first of all, who is Roku? I went to a bar. I went to Evergreen for Sasaki's party. And like, no matter how many times I reiterated the truth, my words never reached him. And you're like, Kobase was there. This person was there. This person was there. Yoshioka from Tempesty was there. Like, I don't know who Roku is. That's a name I don't recognize. We're way past that now. Yofi's free hand slid over to me and brushed my cheek. Oh, you're getting real creepy. The touch was terribly gentle, despite the painful grip he still held on my wrist. Okay, now you might be lighting the fire in that dumpster. Like, okay. You're definitely cray-cray. Definitely more interesting than what I still think is your brother. Definitely way more interesting. All right. But that only made me more anxious. Hey, you remember how you said you were sorry you couldn't be there for me when I was hurting? Well, I'm hurting a lot right now, and it's all your fault. Yofi locked his hand behind my head and pulled my face closer to his. Our eyes level. Are you going to force a kiss on me? Because that just seems to be the MO in this game. So, take responsibility and console me. This is dangerous. Yep. Here we go. And at least we get a CG for it. I don't know if that's a consolation. Without waiting for a response, he pushed his lips on top of mine. Complete with the okay, the tongue is a little bit much. But like, he's not my type or anything, but he looks good in this CG. There's something a little unhinged. And then with like the high collar and the baseball cap and everything where you're like, oh, you're kind of just like, Yeah, I'm like a sporty guy. Not into sporty guys. But there's just something about the look works in this CG. I don't hate it. I was angry, afraid, and still the feel of his tongue tracing my lips made my body heat, made me melt. When I gasped for air, I came back to my senses and began hitting Yofi's back. His restraining hold never relaxed. Still never gonna be hotter than Sauteme's pinning us to the desk, though. That was pretty fucking hot. I've seen people complain about that, like, God damn, like, and I'm like, no, you're missing the point. That was sexy. That's CG. Even if you were like, what the heck? Oh, well, the CG's hot. Like, I don't know. I think it's just I have no shame anymore. And we're at the bottom of the debauchery like slide. Okay, we full slid into like trash, and we are in the gutter, and like we just so like nothing like there's some things where you're like no, I'm not dealing with this. But like when it's an okay character and they're doing things that you're like, nah, you force kissing me is totes okay. You know, I think it's the suspension of like putting aside reality. If someone did that to you in reality, you'd kick them in the fucking nuts and never talk to them again. I don't think after the force kiss and the stalking and the psycho that he's displaying, you'd be like, hell no, restraining order. That's it. But in an Otome game, you're like, you know what? Bring it, tiny trash man. Okay. All right, it's making you way more. This is good. This is good. This is fun. You know? You know? Again, it's one of those things that, like, dating your brother in reality is fucking disgusting. Dating your brother in an Otome game, bring it on, I'll do it. And by it, I mean him, i.e. my brother. Like, age gaps, though, are the thing where I can't separate the fantasy and the reality. But I think a lot of people just, when it's like the force kissing is like, can't stand guys. It's like, a real guy like that, fuck no, light them on fire. But in a game, bring it. I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me? You know? I mean, I suppose if it's a character you're not into, then it's easier to judge them and be like, ew, no, what the fuck? But Saltame, the Labradoodle, he's a dumbass, and he's kind of a dick. But, like, I don't know, he keeps winning points. Not in this route, because he's just here. But, like, Yoshioka's route, he was the MVP of that one. Like, you could force me onto a desk and kiss me any day, Labradoodle. Whatevs, you know? And honestly, this, I'm like, all right, you know, we're getting violent and inappropriate, but I don't do this shit in reality. I'm calling the cops, but, you know. In an attempt to resist him, I bit down hard on his lips. Oh! I ripped my face away and saw that his lips were smeared crimson red with blood. Oh, damn! I apologized instinctively, but he moved his face closer again, expressionless. No, I'm not done. I really was waiting for the I like it when you bite. Oh, shit! But that's probably somewhere in the back of his mind. I'm not done. Oh, no. Oh, and now we're getting the unhinged kiss with bloody lips. Okay. Aight, CG. Now we're getting crazy. Now we're bringing the creep factor, and now he has lit the dumpster on fire. Okay. Listen, I was like, he's maybe like a baby dumpster fire, but like, nope. Nope. He was just waiting till we got too close and we singed our eyebrows on this inferno. Alright. Okay. Did not think this part was going to be like this, but here we are. We're having a great time. This is unhinged. The taste of iron spread through my mouth. Then he bit my lip as revenge, and my cry came out as little more than a squeak. Does it hurt? Poor thing. Yuffie giggled and licked at the blood on my lips. Oh, he is really motherfucking insane. I can't tell which blood is mine and which blood is yours anymore. This is a biohazard, sir. With a nefarious smile, Yofi stuck out his blood-soaked tongue at me. The moment I saw him like that, I pushed him away with all my strength. Confused, mortified, and terror-stricken, I sprinted home. See, every other time that they force kissed us, it's always been like, oh my god, I'm into it. Like, she's been. I don't think she's ever been like, what the fuck? Like, this is like a different level. But I'm here for this because the drama. This drama. Now, okay, we did not need a side character to bring drama. You brought your own. This is fun. We didn't need a third party to bring the drama where you're like, I'm going to have to call someone to bring. You came fully loaded. You brought all your fucking drama baggage. Shit. You had a tiny little suitcase. I don't know how the fuck you packed it with that much fucking drama, sir. Man, you are like origami master. You were like, I made everything teeny tiny and small and put all this crazy into this tiny little box. Shit. Damn. He was like, go big or go home, motherfuckers. I mean, don't get me wrong. The drama in Yoshioka's route was high. But that was based on somebody else and him being fucking like a little bitch and not doing anything about it. Again, understandable, but still. But like, Yofi was like, hold my beer. I don't need anybody else. I got it all myself. Shit. Actually, he's the perfect character for bringing his own drama like this because you know what? I'm going to have to eat my own words. What did I say in the beginning of this? Well, his drama's like he's a little jealous and like maybe he's stalker or whatever. And that's why it's shorter too, because like he's not going to have a third party to bring drama like everybody else because he never leaves his house. I did not. But you know what? And that is like he brought his own and I was like, it's basic and it's there. Like he's got a little bit of it. It's like it's a chill kind of route. There's really not much happening. Nope. Well, we went from a 1 to like a 13 on the cranking it up scale. Holy shit. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure all the crazy and all the other routes, if you tied it up in a bow, still doesn't match Yofi right now. And that's fun. I'm here for this. Is insane. We're having a great time. Damn. The next week began. Time didn't wait for me, despite my gloomy mood. Everyone at the office was in a panic. Amasawa, good morning. I asked Minato if he knew what was going on, and he replied with raised eyebrows. Oh. I was like, when he said in a panic, I'm like, Yofi quit or some shit. No. It seems like some of the computers in the department have been infected with a virus. Yofi. They keep rebooting over and over. There's no way to get him to work. At the center of all the commotion, Director Kobase was discussing the situation with several employees. She's gonna know Yofi fucking did it. And he did this because he's like, she's gonna avoid me, but she has to talk to me now. What a pain. And the fact that it's only impacting specific computers means that it probably isn't an internet or network bug. Or rather, it seems that the virus was specifically sent to those computers. And we're still looking into it internally, but to be honest, I'm not sure what to think. I know what to think. Amasawa, can you try to get in contact with Yofi? Kabase called out to me, and all my limbs went heavy with dread. After everything that happened that night, I didn't know how to interact with Yofi anymore. I was at a loss for words in the moment, but I couldn't say no. I nodded meekly. You go and get in contact with him, and you're like, you fucking put a virus in our fucking systems, didn't you? Great, thanks. And the two of you seem to have a good relationship. And this is kind of even more fucked up, because this is blackmail. Because he infected our fucking computer so that we'd have to call him, ask for help, and he's going to be like, oh yeah, I can help you. And he's going to lay out some blackmail or whatever. Like, you have to see me talk, whatever, and he's a psycho. I reluctantly began drafting an email to Yofi at the director's request. Maybe ours isn't impacted. I tried to send in between the reboot. New spin-off episode. Fuck yeah! This is gonna be Yofi. And then we're on chapter 4, which is his last chapter. When she pushed me, I fell hard to the ground. I got up and looked in the direction Spacey ran off, but I couldn't see her anymore. Well, whatever. If she's not going to admit she lied, there's no point in pressing the issue anymore. If I can't get Spacey to be honest, I can always ask Roku. Roku. The thought of him filled me with bitterness. I bit my lip where she had bitten me before, and blood started to gush out. Ow! Taste of blood. As I ran my tongue over the edge of my mouth, the taste of iron rippled through me. Spacey looked so cute when we kissed. She's not very strong, but she fought me like a tiny animal about to be eaten. I mean, were you not gonna try to eat me at this point, sir? Jesus. And she was scared, trembling, her eyes full of tears, and now we know what he gets off on. I've never seen her make that face before. I bet I'm the only one who's ever seen her make that face. Yeah, no, he's definitely a psycho. Okay. I gave myself chills. I had no idea such lecherous thoughts lived inside me. Look, I mean, okay, I can't begrudge him figuring out some creepy, weird things about himself. I never knew I liked it when a girl was scared and afraid of me. It's probably a good thing, but it's also a bad thing that you figured out that you're into it, because that's disturbing. But I'm just saying, never thought I'd want to bang my brother in an Otome game, and yet here we are. So, like, every once in a while, you learn some weird shit about yourself. Okay? This is a little more problematic, Yofi. I'm sure all kinds of thoughts about me are racing in Spacey's head right now. Imagining it brought a smile to my face. Yeah, no, he's definitely lost the plot. I don't know if he ever had the plot, but he lost it for sure. Too bad. Of all the guys in the world, I'm the one obsessed with you. But I'm not giving up. Oh, we know. You infected our computer so that I have to talk to you. We might actually be able to finish his route in the next part. Well, like, the good ending. We'll see. Because, like, we still got a little bit of time, and we're in Chapter 4. And I think he only has 4 chapters, so. Oh, now I like how it's like, we're going to Chapter 4, switching to Yofi. But we were just Yofi, but. After leaving Spacey, I made my way to my parents' house. Oh, what are you doing here at this hour? Yeah, see, this, I told you, because this is Yofi's mother. This is their... Sold. Done. They waited till Chapter 4, but we knew. We knew. Well, it's just nice to see you after so long. Oh, no, that's his mother. Well, it's just nice to see you after so long. Have you eaten? If not, I'll... I couldn't help but sigh, seeing as she was still so overprotective of me. It's fine. Hey, is Roku home? Huh? Yes, I believe he's in the guest house, but... And who else lives in their parents' guest house? Not surprised! But, I mean... Wait for it. Got it. Wait! I pointedly turned my back to her and quickly walked away. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my god, what? To be fair, we could have gasped in shock and surprise at the golf clubs on the wall. Listen. It was kind of the Otome Kitten saying their plots are kind of tied together, and you were like, okay. And then remembering that I've seen a Yofi spray before, and okay, blonde. That's a connection that's not really... I mean, 2 characters have dark hair, doesn't mean they're related. But you have to go down Yoshioka's route, and one of the things is read the email from Yofi or don't. And you already knew at that point in Yoshioka's route that there's a secret character, and you're like, okay. Could have still been Higa because he works for Tempesty or whatnot, but then he's talking about his younger brother who's sick, and you're like, okay. And then when we're trying to crack him out of the house, Yofi is hacking from it, and like, I figured Yofi still lived at the house because I felt like the hacking was coming from inside the house, and now we know he doesn't, but then he was always... It's just way too fucking obvious. Like, I feel like they gave you all the points to be like, put the pieces together. They gave you all the puzzle pieces to put together. It wasn't... should not have come as a shock, so... But it's fun to pretend. It's fun to... Listen, there are some games that I'm sure there are obvious shit that goes right the fuck over my head. This wasn't one of them. But, what a surprise. It's not very often we get to see you here. Although why Yoshioka has this accent and his brother doesn't, but whatever. We know I only have so many voices. Roku greeted me with a smile as I entered the guest house he was staying in. Oh, I come here every once in a while. Every once in a while. I think the last time I saw you was New Year's Eve. Also, both of their text boxes are green, so that's not necessarily saying anything, but I feel like they did it for a reason. How about some tea? You like Assam, don't you? A generic name for black tea made in the Assam region of India. And I'm sure I wasn't pronouncing that right, but... Interrupting the pleasantries, I cut to the chase. I want to ask you something. It's about Amasawa. Huh? Amasawa? From Astario. Yeah. What's with you two? What's with... Roku looked a little surprised at first, but swiftly regained his composure. I just met her today, actually. She's a pleasant girl. Very attentive. Is that so? Why the sudden interest in... Before Roku could finish, his phone rang. Oh, sorry. Give me a moment. He left the room in a hurry. I knew you two were together. Anger from the lies and feverish burst of jealousy flared in the depths of my heart. And then he's like, and then Yoshioka straight up, oh, I just met her today. He's like, oh, hold on, I gotta call. He's like, oh my god, it's her. I knew you were together. Like, he should be like, what do you mean you just met her today? And he'd be like, oh, it was a party for somebody. He's thinking like, oh, I just met her today on a blind date or some shit. And it's like, you should have asked, like, what do you mean you just met her today? And he'd have been like, oh, it was a goodbye party that Astario invited me to for someone I'd worked with, like some Sasaki person. You know what I mean? Without waiting for Roku to return, I stormed back to my apartment. But again, he's got to be irrational. Because they're crazy. Not only did she break her promise to me, but she also lied about dating Roku. But of course, Spacey loves him. I'm not surprised. What girl wouldn't fall in love with a guy like Roku? Raises my hand silently over here, like, no offense, but he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. I didn't hate him, but he's kind of boring. So, like, I didn't really fall in love with him, to be fair. He's got really pretty CGs, but he's never gonna hold a candle to Boss Babe. Fuck, even Labradoodle outranks him, okay? And Roku obviously feels the same way about her. Okay, now you're just interpreting shit weirdly. It's only a matter of time before they become an official couple. Actually, the way Roku acted earlier, are they already a done deal? My head filled with dark thoughts. It's not fair. Roku gets everything he wants in life. Not really. I mean, listen, I'll stand up for Yoshioka on this. Not really. The poor man is suffering over there, just smiling silently, though. All I wanted was her. I knew somehow I had to force Spacey away from him. But even if I did that, there were still so many other guys in her life. You know what you could do? You could get a cage. You know what? I didn't actually expect Yofi to be the cage. But I'm feeling like maybe he's going to get a cage in his living room for us. You know what? You should call my friend Toma. He can probably get you a good deal on a dog crate you can keep me in. You know, I did not expect there to be any kind of route in this one. You never expect the cage. You should always expect the cage, but you never expect the cage. It just comes out of nowhere. I think that's the beautiful thing about the cage, is like, you know, when you were expecting it, it's just not as glorious as when you were like, I was not expecting the cage. We don't have one, but this would be the route. Just came out of nowhere where you're like, oh, you know. There are some games where you were like, someone in this game has a fucking cage. Or like 6 of them. I don't even know. But this is not the game where you expect a cage to rear its ugly head, and yet, this is the route for it. Did not see that one coming. See? Beauty. Anyway. So many other guys in my life. I see now. I have to make sure I'm the only one she sees at all. I looked up at the night sky with a new sense of clarity. Yeah, he gonna bug all of our systems, so I have to go. This is fucking hilarious. This is insane. This man is cray cray. I love it. All right, we're having a great time. We might finish his route the next part unless chapter 4 goes long. It might. So maybe we got another 2 parts. Who knows? But I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.